Hello, it's me Jason again. Today is week 10 out of 12, and the final is coming up, so it's pretty tense by now. Mm, Today I had a morning, quite early morning. Get up at 7, get to 9 a.m. lecture. Is technique in biochemistry lecture. It's about still about DNA. Today is about DNA library, genomic library, or cDNA library. The genomics library is about sequencing entire genomic DNA. In the meantime, cDNA is about sequencing entire mRNA sequence. So it's pretty big deal. For human, there's about 30 billion base, I believe. So to generate the entire genomic mapping of DNA is pretty impressive. Um, for the DNA sequencing, there's way too many different type of methods and how to do it and different thing. But the most important thing today is about the human genomics project and why should we sequencing DNA? Sequencing DNA is about identifying the coding and non-coding elements, predicting the protein sequence encoded by the gene, manipulation of DNA by PCR, cloning, mutagenesis, or identify sequence variation associated with the disease using for diagnostic use or drug development. You can use that to identify species or species comparison for evolutionary perspective. When it comes to something like sequence variation, it's very important to notice that years ago they don't even think about um, breast cancer. By now, when they look at a person genomic map, they can see that whether they have chance to get breast cancer or not, as there will be about 90% people who got the coding gene DNA as BRCA1 or BRCA2. So 90% of people getting that genes who have breast cancer. But still, people who don't have that gene still can get breast cancer. But doesn't mean that's not important. But well, it's obviously way too important. And we talk about some advance in genomics. That's pretty big thing. It's mostly about how they change, how they differentiate themselves from the past, making a new pathway to generate to sequencing and yeah, make it quicker, cheaper, and reliable. Um, I got another lecture at 10 o'clock. It's chemistry lecture. I have two choices about whether I can do advanced material or otherwise biological chemistry. Biological chemistry is mostly about organic chemistry, rings and stuff like that. And advanced material is about material, about polymers, about chain link numbers of that, and things so on and so forth. And I decided to get to advanced material class as I want to take a major in environmental chem or otherwise could be material chemistry. Today's lecture is about, they talk about philosophy. Uh, they prove that matter is made up of atoms. There's something that probably 300 years ago people would not believe that, but until now my lecturer can prove it with mathematical equation and kinetic energy equation and stuff like that. That's so weird. That's so weird. And we talk about Brownian motion of random walk. It's all a bunch of random, really random. And they talk about normal distribution, the bell curve shape, but it's still where it's a lot of equation, a lot of integral and mathematic equation associated with that. I spend half of my day working in um, in the restaurant, so not much of thing to do with that. But then I back to the library and focus on my report. It's about fluoridation in drinking water. That's what I talked in video number 2, and I fully did the research about it. Back in 1942, I think, scientists have proven that fluoride concentration will increase um, as increasing the concentration of fluoride in water. You have less chance to get dental caries, as the like you got the teeth improve. Um, it basically the optimum concentration of fluoride to be in the water is going to be 1 part per million, but sometimes it can vary between 0.7 to 1.2. It is because of the climate. It depends on where you live. If you live in a hot area, that means you're gonna drink more water, so you don't need that much of fluoride inside your water because you already drink a lot of water. So it's gonna be low, like 0.5 or 0.7 part per million. But if you live in like some cold weather, you don't need to get more water every day. So 1.2 part per million will be enough for you. So why fluoride is important? It's important because it's saving a lot of money in dental treatment. You know, when you go to the dentist, it's gonna cost you a lot of money. It's really expensive, and it's also improve the health. Not many people die because of dental disease, but still, people, you have to suffer the pain of the caries, as it's gonna go long, long, long way around. As you see, a lot of people get high with euthanasia when they go to dentist. That's really pissed me off. And yeah, and it's come to another point when they talk about the equation of the reaction equation of fluoride within our mouth is about our teeth, mostly made up of apatites, hydroxyl apatite. So when they react with something like acid, it's gonna be like something sweet or sour, like candy, something like that, especially candy. So when they react with candy, um, it's acid and uh, turn the it turned us hydroxyl apatite into part, and it become partially liquid. So it dissolve. It make um, it make our layer of teeth dissolve. So that's we try like gradually our teeth. So it's not good. It's absolutely not good at all. But when it's come to fluoride, they using fluoride to create a layer of solid on the top, on the surface of the teeth. So that's why it's not gonna dissolve in water. It's not gonna dissolve in acid. So that's why it's protect our teeth from dental caries. But too many fluoride will cause you, well, it's obviously will turn your teeth yellow and disgusting, as because it's not appetite. It's not what your teeth should be look like. So it still have like two sides, except yeah. And some science, well, I personally think it's rubbish because all the equation, all the material, all the research, all the public is that thing around like 1940 something, 1970 is the latest one. Otherwise, so like repeating, like reference up to that one, up to this one, is back to that. It's so out of date. Nobody ever do another research about that. So it is quite annoying. However, well, look to the bright side. There is some evidence to prove that also fluoride is good for old people, not only young children, but it also improves teeth for adult, and that's a good deal. And I'm kind of satisfied with that one. I gave them like 10 as the book and journal article reference, and for 4 pages of writing, where they need me only write down like 2 page, 1 page or 2 page improvement. So I was kind of freaked them off. And I still have another report due tomorrow. Is environmental chem. I started it. I did all the equation. I did all the calculation. I haven't started writing down. So it's gonna be a lot of hard work tomorrow. So see you then. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy it. Ask me any question you have. Thank you.